the DeFi surpassing 100 billion in total value locked, right? It's still very much in its infancy. Even if you see stablecoin, primarily the mechanism devised for cross-border, the majority of it, the overwhelming 90-80% of it is still for speculative use cases. So we're still in early stages, but there are certain things that need to happen, at least the infrastructure and other things to support this growth, the scalability. We're seeing that happen. So talking about the evolution of layer 2, whether it's optimistic or roll-ups, there's been a lot of conversation today in building scalable solutions and addressing the blockchain dilemma, right? It have been sufficiently decentralized, but at lower fees and be highly secure. The second, which is paramount, is all around the regulation, because why people still prefer centralized institutions for the day-to-day finance, despite being really slow, inefficient, and controlled by centralized players. Obviously, it's trust. So you need to have a regulated infrastructure today with the RegTech tools to do real-time transaction monitoring, and the DeFi renaissance, if you see, marrying it with offline data to make it very robust to identify compromised wallets, sanction screening, and transaction monitoring in real time, like Elliptic did it with traditional players like Movie, and same way with chain analysis and others are doing. So I think that was a very critical element. And then you go into the app layer and see how you can drive growth, and over there as well, you need, talking about AMLs and liquidity pools from DeFi, it's been there right from the time DeFi made its foray. But what's now happening is people are talking about cross-chain aggregation, liquidity management, and enhancing that. And same way for usability, right? Because if you want to have user adoption at scale, you need to solve for all of these: usability, security, regulation, and provide a convenient experience. I think, so we see ourselves as a conduit, right, between the traditional financial world into the DeFi. And we got to say that the traditional fintechs or even the real-time government infrastructures like what UPI or PayNow in Singapore and the equivalents have done, SEPA in Europe, they've done a great job. But despite this commendable effort, 1.7 billion remain unbanked. For cross-border, the World Bank data is it's still 10%. In certain markets, Africa emerging, it's over 10%. You have a sender market, which is usually developed, the US, Europe, UAE and stuff, and then you have the inbound remittance market, which is typically unbanked or underbanked, but they all have a mobile wallet, right? And that's why the last mile in the beneficiary market was crucial. And the education and awareness need to happen at both sides, but more in the sender market to facilitate the Web3 usage in terms of the benefits, the fees. So we have to build those pipes. And that's why we have to make it seamless in the sender market, the on-ramp from the banking rails or debit card, seamless, the stablecoin. The Forex need to be through a decentralized exchange to keep it small. You have to incentivize the liquidity pool providers as well. And on the beneficiary market, in a lot of these places, they don't even have a smartphone, right? So you need to have an SMS to accept, but you need to do the validation behind that it is not a fraudulent person, and the mobile number that they are receiving, the beneficiary, is the same mobile number with which the mobile wallet is tied, right? So the magic needs to happen behind the scenes to seamlessly marry both the DeFi aspect, and so the wallet is one aspect, the decentralized exchange, the mobile wallet, and all these partnership connectivity. And we also, very similar to Anand's journey, felt because this is to be in partnership with the telcos, we're a proud partner of Polygon, so they're absolutely great. We were one of the first early developers, but we also need, for this specific use case, a network, a private EVM sidechain that is totally run by global telecom, the equivalent of Airtel, Reliance, the 800 telco providers globally. Because when you go to the central banks and apply for a license, they want to know not who are your node validators, are they going to be in North Korea or Iran, and how does it work, you getting a license in US and potentially out of a US transaction, somebody mining or validating elsewhere maybe, is a sanctioned player making. So we have to then again, we want to be decentralized, but at the same time, we want to be regulated. So sometimes we had to look at a trade-off and look at a common path, maybe a semi-permission, a semi-decentralized hybrid